Trudeau's Liberals and their shady fundraising tactics. I'm Brian Lilly with Rebel Top Media. Political parties have to fundraise. They have to get money. We all get that. And I, for one, I really don't want to see us go back to the per-vote subsidy where taxpayers funded political operations directly. But the current tactics being used by the Liberals are kind of sketchy, to put it mildly. They raise plenty of ethical questions and they make the government look like they're for sale and cheap. The current donation limit is $1,500. Are you going to buy a change in government policy for that kind of money? No, I don't buy that for a second. But here's what that kind of money can buy. FaceTime with a cabinet minister or even the prime minister, where you can lobby them freely, chat openly about government policy and your goals, your business needs, and a very intimate event where everyone's a friend because everyone's there putting money into the coffers of the Liberal Party of Canada. The Globe and Mail obtained emails sent to donors and potential attendees for a Liberal Party fundraiser held in Montreal this past September. Now, the emails sold the event as a chance for donors to, quote, form relationships and open dialogues with our government, end quote. Government fundraising rules and even Liberal Party fundraising rules say that policy discussions are not supposed to happen. These events are not supposed to be a chance for people seeking government contracts to buttonhole a cabinet minister or even the prime minister. But that is exactly what they have become. Both the Globe and the reliably left-wing publication, the Tyee, have reported on the story of a Chinese-Canadian businessman, Mai Pan, who dined with China's premier alongside Trudeau and then hosted 80 people at his home at $1,500 a head, where Trudeau was the main guest of honor. Pan says he discussed the need for Chinese investment in Canada, including in senior care. Now, why is that important, especially raising it with Trudeau? Because the Trudeau government is currently reviewing a proposal that would see a Chinese company make a massive investment in a chain of British Columbia retirement nursing homes. And that would make this Chinese company a major player in the delivery of healthcare in that province. So $1,500 doesn't mean you can buy policy, but inviting 80 people to your house at $1,500 a head does let you lobby the Prime Minister directly. The NDP and the Conservatives are asking some serious questions about this cash for access in the House of Commons, but they're getting less than serious answers.
Mr. Speaker, and this just in. The individual who organized the Prime Minister's Vancouver fundraiser in November with Chinese millionaires is now bragging the fundraiser was a quid pro quo. What? He got an invitation from the Prime Minister to meet the Chinese Premier in Ottawa and then offered to host the Cash for Access fundraiser in return. Wow. Mr. Speaker, the gig is up. This rotten, stinking, filthy, corrupt Cash for Access fundraising scheme has finally been exposed for what it is. So the only question is, when will the Prime Minister...
Order the Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, it's important that the member recognize that when it comes to political financing, we have some of the strongest rules across this country. And when all the rules are followed, no conflicts of interest can exist. This government is committed to working hard to respond to the very real challenges that Canadians are facing, the concerns that my constituents raise with me, the concerns that many members in this House hear from their constituents. Let's get to work so that we can actually work harder for Canadians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, if this was one event or even two, the Liberals could shrug it off. But unfortunately, this is part of a pattern. You'll remember last Christmas, the Liberals were slapped on the wrist for encouraging donors to give money and then win a chance to chat up ministers about public policy. Justice Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould, she went to a fundraiser in the offices of a Bay Street law firm that was sold almost all to lawyers that she has a lot of sway over. Finance Minister Bill Morneau, he went to a Halifax fundraiser with people that do business with the government as part of his pre-budget consultations. And Bill Blair, Trudeau's point man on legalizing marijuana, attended a fundraiser with people from the pot lobby. And of course, we can't forget the guy who wanted approval for a new bank, went to a Liberal fundraiser attended by the PM, then donated $200,000 to the Trudeau Foundation and spent another $50,000 to erect a statue of Justin Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau. Let's just say there's a pattern and it's an unsavory one, but it's all of the Liberals' own making. They promote these events as a chance to get intimate with ministers rather than as a way to support a particular political cause. If you think this stinks to high heaven, you're right. It does. It is cash for access, and it has no business in our politics. If you like what you just saw, make sure you click here and subscribe to The Rebel. You'll never miss another Rebel video again, or head on over to therebel.media and become a member. While you're there, check out our big plan and how you can help us take on the big boys at the CBC.